NLP is really, well, let's think about it. I mean, most of your communication, what do you spend your time doing? You're emailing each other, right? So that's, if you can have a system which can comprehend your email content and help you deal with this, then that would be great utility to an awful lot of people. So that's maybe a trivial example, but it certainly would reduce some of the drudgery out of our daily lives. But there are, I think, more interesting examples. So currently, if you look even at the volume of research which is outputted, say, in the medical arena, it's enormous. There's no way that any individual can read all of that and really generate a good understanding of what's going on. You just can't keep up with the volume of material which is being pumped out every day, the volume of new knowledge which is being generated. But actually that knowledge is, in some senses, it's heavily compartmentalized and scattered across different communities. And actually being able to join the dots and make connections between these different, say, documents and different pieces of knowledge is very, very difficult without actually being able to read all of this stuff. But if you can't read all of this stuff, how on earth are you going to do it? So I think that's where the excitement comes through technologies like natural language processing, where a machine in principle might be able to read all these documents automatically, make inferences across documents, and learn new connections, which simply is not possible for a human to do. So that's really, really powerful, and we can generate new understandings and new information actually doing that kind of stuff. So that's for example, an approach that drugs companies often make, where they're trying to understand by automatically reading huge amounts of scientific documents, actually whether or not this particular compound may have certain utility across for different kinds of diseases. And that's a task which is simply beyond any human individual. So I think the fact that much of our culture and our communication is in written form, it just shows you how enormously important it is to be able to have a system which can actually understand what we're saying and deal with that in a natural way. So this is really, it's great for human progress, because we can actually, when we get to that point where it actually becomes really difficult for any single human to really ingest this scale of knowledge and build upon that to make new connections, that's the point where we need to use these kinds of AI tools to help us to move society forward. So I see AI really as just one in the long series of really important tool developments that have gone on in humanity, starting from very basic tools that humans would use, to more sophisticated tools like machines, like the STEAM age, to the computational age, and now to the AI age. Is just yet another tool, but a very important one, which will enable us to do things which we simply couldn't do alone before. And I think that's why it's so exciting.